Your first OSRS login feels like stepping onto a new planet. The music, the pixels, that first bronze sword. It's magical, but after the charm fades, a lot of players hit the same invisible brick wall. Small mistakes that stack up and make progression feel slow, expensive, and frustrating. So you're at your first proper boss attempt. You see the attack animation and think you moved in time, but the hit still lands and you die. You blame your gear, skill level, or that the boss is too hard. The real reason? Understanding movement and timing. Here's what's actually happening. Old School RuneScape runs on game ticks, discrete cycles of roughly 0.6 seconds. Actions like attacks, moving off a tile, eating, prayer switching, all of these are controlled by understanding ticks. Learn the tick rhythm and you stop being surprised when things happen. And the harder that bosses become, the more you're going to need to be somewhat tick perfect, or you'll just take so much damage. It's something you get used to though, so I wouldn't stress it. Just pay attention to as much as you can until it becomes second nature. Every visible floor square is a tile. Attacks target where you are on the tick the attack lands, not where you clicked earlier. A one tile move on the right click equals dodge. Prayer flicking, step under techniques, and tick perfect walking like the Wook's walk are all things that rely on tick awareness. Small fights become predictable instead of chaos once you understand the rhythm. Here's how to practice it. Fight something easy like a hill giant or a moss giant. Watch its attack animations. Count ticks, 1, 2, 3, move. And step one tile on the tick before the damage lands. Repeat until it becomes muscle memory. Practice prayer flicking. Use protect from melee versus the same giants. Turn this prayer on for a single tick as the hit arrives. You'll save on some prayer pots once you get used to the timing. You can use visual helpers, enable tile ground markers, tile indicators, and especially make sure you turn on true tile. This shows where your character actually is opposed to where it looks like you are. You can use a visual metronome for a visual representation, or you can use the audio one as well, but I wouldn't suggest this as for me it would get on my nerves to be honest. Once you understand the tick and movement mechanics, fights feel way smoother. It's 2 weeks in, you open your bank and it's chaos. Food scattered everywhere, random teleports in 3 tabs, quest items mixed with PVM gear. That ends today. Tidy your bank, the game feels way nicer once you do. A tidy bank not only looks aesthetically pleasing, but it also saves time and just makes using the bank way more seamless. Inventory setups are good for having presets for certain activities. Bank tags are also great as it allows you to have an entire left section to work with. You can make one for skilling certain bosses, a quest tab. You can have one for farming and birdhouse runs, and you could even have a PvP low risk versus high risk tab if PvP is what you're into. I separate my bank in this way, but you can do it however you see fit. I have my gear tab, potions, food, skilling, key items, loot tabs, quest related items, and a junk tab. Trust me, organize your bank and see how nice it feels after. You're even going to save so much space because you don't just have random stuff that you don't even know what it is just scattered around your bank. Every new player sees top tier gear and thinks, I need it.
I need it!
The reality is most early upgrades are small and not worth the money. You can use cheaper equivalents and invest that cash towards big unlocks and progressing your account. Buy the cheapest item that does not meaningfully slow down your progression. That means some attack speed when possible, decent bonuses. For melee you can use scimitars, steel to mithril to adamant to rune. These are fast and economical training weapons. They offer excellent DPS for low to mid level players, compared to the heavier, slower weapons. For ranged, a basic crossbow plus broad bolts often beats buying expensive mid-tier bows. Consider the ammo cost versus accuracy payout. For magic, use elemental staffs, air, water, fire, earth. These save on rune costs, and only buy expensive tridents once you can reliably profit or the DPS gain is significant. For now, prioritize the right things. For weight, you can get the boots of lightness if you don't have graceful yet. Monk robes are good for prayer, and then you can get proselyte. Use the wiki to compare stats and prices. A lot of the time there's a cheaper alternative that give very similar stats. Another good example is the fighter's torso. This is very close in stats with the Bando's chestplate. One is free and one is 25 million GP at the time of this recording. You can get Bloodbark for mage and Mixed Hide for range. Use this as a rule of thumb. Buy upgrades only when they yield a measurable DPS or survivability improvement. Save for the big unlocks that actually change gameplay. Think, does this item increase kills per minute by at least 5 to 10%? If no, skip it. You rock up to your Slayer task or boss with your favorite weapon, it hits okay, but the fight would be 20-30 times faster with a different style. There are 3 core attack styles, stab, slash, and crush. Each weapon has an attack type and accuracy and strength bonuses. Use the style that the target is most vulnerable to for the better hit chance. For example, abyssal demons, moss giants, hellhounds, and cave slimes are weak to slash, while dragons, lizards, ogres are weak to stab. Certain bosses have mage weakness, some have range weakness. They could be weak to certain questlock weapons. Do your research on the OSRS wiki whenever you're about to encounter a specific monster or boss. Attack speed matters. Weapons differ in tick intervals. Some hit every 3 to 4 ticks, some hit every 5 to 6. For example, a whip is a 4-tick weapon, but the fang is a 5-tick weapon. Match accuracy and speed. If the ideal is a slow, high max hit but you miss a lot, a slightly faster weapon with better accuracy may kill faster overall. That's why things like scimitars and whips are often preferred for general PvM. Bring the right defense items. Dragons need anti-dragon fire equipment or anti-fire potions. Poisonous bosses need anti-venom. Match reserves to mechanics. Quest and boss pages on the wiki always list these requirements. Do a mini checklist before any fight. What is the monster weak to? Do I have the right attack style? And do I have the required defensive items? Uplast is a super important one. Do your quests, especially the important ones. Quests are shortcuts. They give XP, teleport access, and unlock so much content. Here's a short list of must-do quests. The Waterfall quest gives huge immediate attack and strength XP. This will boost your early combat capabilities dramatically. Doing it early changes your training options. The Fight Arena and Tree Gnome Village are straightforward attack XP quests, and Tree Gnome Village gives you access to spirit trees, which is a good travel option. You need to start Fairy Tales Part 2 to get access to fairy rings, one of the most important transport systems. You only need to start the quest to gain permission to use the rings. Here's some bigger quests that you should plan for. Monkey Madness 1 unlocks the Dragon Scimitar. This is a huge upgrade for melee. You also get access to the Apatow content. Desert Treasure 1 unlocks the Ancient Magic Spellbook. These spells are used in high PvM and bosses. If you plan to use magic for bossing, this quest is a must in the long run. The Recipe for Disaster quest gives you the Barrows gloves, the best in-slot gloves for the early to mid game. There's so many quests in the game and it seems overwhelming at first, but just take your time with it. You can do a couple of short ones a day or a couple a week. You can take it slow, use plugins, use the quest helper, whatever you need. Just try to do some quests, especially the ones that will help progress your account. To round up, here's the things you should take away. Learn movement and game ticks. For the love of God, clean your bank. Buy the budget alternative gear that gives similar stats. Check monster pages for weaknesses and match your weapon style accordingly. Do quests that change gameplay. They unlock things that actually make the rest of the game pleasurable. Do these 5 things and your early months in Gielinor will be smoother, faster, and more fun. If you got this far into the video, I appreciate you. Let me know down below if you like this style of video. I hope you're having a good day, and until the next one, peace.